Hey you guys, welcome to Splinterlands TV. It is I, the Psy, and I'm back to talk about something near and dear to my heart as a former Magic card player. I say former because once you become a Splinterlands player, it's a little bit hard sometimes to find time for anything else. But as a former Magic card player, I was a foil collector. And now we have a recent announcement here about the new upcoming black foils, which I don't know if that's the final name of them or not. I kind of really liked what was thrown around with onyx foils, to be honest with you. But either way, we've got a new thing to collect in Splinterlands called black foils that are going to be coming up in Conclave Arcana. So I just want to take a little minute with you guys here and show you some of the things that I, as a Magic card player, am already kind of accustomed to. Some of the cards that are involved in that and how that could affect the price of these black foils. Like, what do we know about black foils so far? So we know that they're going to be very limited in number, or maybe it's just a difficulty, so who knows if there's a set number of each of these cards that will be printed, or whether or not it's going to be like a really reduced drop rate. Like, I forget what the drop is for gold foil legendaries. Let's say it's like 0.01 or something like that for gold foil legendary. Is this going to be 0.001, right? And just like there could theoretically be 100 of them printed. Or is it going to be set to, like I said, like maybe there's 10 of these that are printed. If they don't get opened in packs or those packs get burned, too bad, so sad. So there's that possibility that kind of exists there as well, right? Like, how are they going to distribute these, and what is going to be the print number, or is it going to be based on the rarity of the card itself? There's also the fact of, we know it's going to be max gold foil. Will these cards be playable in gold foil tournaments? Like, I think that obviously foil is foil. They should be able to be played in gold foil tournaments, even though they're black foil or onyx foil, right? And there's also, what are these going to do for the boost rate of your game wins, right? So we know that foils right now, gold foils, give you a plus 10% boost. Are the onyx foils going to give you a plus 20% boost? So there's lots of things that we can't really predict and that are going to factor into the value of these onyx foils as they come out. But I kind of want to like take a look at Magic the Gathering cards and how things like this affect Magic the Gathering cards, and therefore how they could potentially affect the price of Splinterlands cards and the black foils that are coming out with that. So I'm going to use an example here, okay? And I'm going to show you a couple of these black foils that already exist within Magic the Gathering. So it's kind of cool that I'm going to be able to show you like a one-on-one direct comparison to one another. But let's just look at this typical Magic card, okay? We'll look at Garruk, Caller of Beasts. You know, so this is just a mythic. It's equivalent of like a legendary and stuff in Magic the Gathering. And we see our good old buddy Garruk. You can find, is this page 1? You can find a Garruk available right now for $3.02 as the cheapest one. Plus, you got to pay shipping, something you don't have to do with NFTs. But for $3.02, you can get yourself a moderately played Garruk, Caller of Beasts, okay? So that's stage 1. This would be the equivalent of in Splinterlands, I guess, having a Mana Warden. Just like a regular old guy. He's not gold foil. He's just bare base, like 1 BCX, okay? So we got Garruk, Caller of Beasts worth $3.02. All right, now we're going to go ahead. We're going to upgrade that Garruk, Caller of Beasts. Okay, now we have the foil version of Garruk, Caller of Beasts. It doesn't show it in foil on here, which is a little bit of a miss. But we got the foil Garruk, Caller of Beasts, and this is the first page that his prices start on. And we see that foil Garruk, Caller of Beasts goes for $9.01. And that's for moderately played, like near mint, $11.08. Whoa, this guy's got a good deal, $6, but $5 shipping. So sometimes the way it works with physical media like this is they'll list low, but then they'll charge a very high shipping cost. Like, it's not going to cost these guys $5 to ship. It'll probably cost $2 to ship. And so that extra $3 gets added to their profit, so they pay less on listing fees. That's kind of like the way that some people do it, right? Hey, look, I'm only paying listing fees on $6.16, but $3 more profit is coming from my upgraded shipping. Just to kind of give you an idea of that. The things they do with physical media, I know. All right, but you can see that we went from regular Garruk, $3. Now we're at foil Garruk, $9 for moderately played, $11 for near mint. Okay, now we're going to take a look at some serialized card. No, you know what? I'll do the big reveal. Okay, we'll keep going with our Garruk example. Okay, so now we've got foil $9, and here's the next stage. I'm just going to show you these. Okay, Now we've got Garruk, Caller of Beasts, Black Foil, San Diego Comic-Con, Media Exclusive. All right, so take a look at this bad boy over here. I'll see if I can open it in a new tab right here. Look at that guy. So this is once again Garruk, Caller of Beasts, except now he's in black foil. So, and I'll just show you his value right now is $127.42. So again, we go from $3 to $9 to now $127.42. Now that he's in dark foil. This is all the same card. 3, 9, 130 basically, okay? And look how cool that looks. Now, me in particular, I'm one of the people like I like more dark, but I don't like not being able to see detail. But I still can appreciate the artwork in this, especially how they've got some foil that's kind of like sliding down behind Garruk Caller Beast. I'm sure like in person, or if I could like get a better view of this guy, that would really like shine and look awesome. But this could potentially be something along the lines of what they're talking about when they're talking about dark foils, right? So here we are. This is the equivalent of the Magic the Gathering versions of dark foils, okay? And again, $3, $9, $130. That's like the boom, boom, boom. Granted, this is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but I just want to show you an example of like what a dark foil could potentially look like and how the exclusivity, we'll say, right, also adds to the value, okay? Now, that's not it though. We also know that these dark foils, these max level black foils, are also going to be serialized. Now, how could serializing things affect the market? Okay, I'm not going to show you non-serialized because these cards are worth like basically $1, maybe a little bit more, but I mean, they're worth nothing before they're serialized. Are you ready for this? Okay, actually, you know, before I get there, just take a look at some of these. Okay, let's go back. I'll just show you all of these because they're pretty cool. Here's Liliana, so you can see where her foil would be. Right, there's Liliana, because these are pretty cool. Here's a Johnny. So you can see the foiling for this one is, the whole card is actually foil. I've seen these in person, but you can see the moon nice and crisp behind it. Here's Jace. Here is Chandra. And here's Garruk, who we saw. And in case you were wondering, this came out of this, the San Diego Comic-Con 2013 exclusive M14 Black Planeswalker set media promos in the media category. There's the listed median was $775 for that, but there are no listings, nothing sold in 3 months because they probably haven't had any for sale. But that's what you're looking at basically for what these all came in, and here are all of them, and here is once again Garruk. Now, let's go on to the serialized part now that I've kind of just like given you guys a little bit more of something to see with these dark foils, okay? Now we're going to look at serializing. If we were to take this Swiftfoot Boots, literally this Swiftfoot Boots, okay, non-serialized, there's plenty of different versions of it, but it's probably worth $1, okay? So this serialized version, let's open in new tab. So this serialized version, you can see there are 500 of this Swiftfoot boot that exists, okay? And they're only in foil and everything. There's 500 Swiftfoot boots that are serialized that exist in the world. And you can imagine that Magic has a much larger play audience than Splinterlands right now, at least. Right? So these 500 are still going to be super, super, super rare based on the number of packs that are going to be open that contain Swiftfoot boots and how many of those will be foil and then how many of them are actually going to be serialized. So in Splinterlands, we're probably not talking about 500 of anything being serialized. Again, there might be a set number, or it could be percentage-wise based. It could be that there's 0 that are printed of a certain card, or only 1, you know, if they do a percentage-based, versus having a number of them that are going to exist that will just come out of those packs regardless. And if they did that number thing, it'd be very interesting. If they're coming down to the last month and not every single one of those has been pulled, then people are going to be buying packs like crazy right at the end of the sale because they know that, hey, there's 5 black foils that exist still within these packs that are left, so I'm going to buy packs and open them. So there's that opportunity that exists as well. But here we go. Swiftfoot Boots, $1 card normally. Serialized, this card is worth, why does it show nothing? $455. So a $1 card maybe $5 in foil. Okay, so maybe it's $5 in foil since it's the cool version, the schematic version. $455, right? In near mint sales and stuff like that for Swiftfoot boots. Now, something else that you have to consider when you're talking about serialized cards is who knows what number that is. There's none that I can look at right now. Maybe there's a different one. Who knows what number that is? They're all out of stock. Look, everyone wants these guys. Oh, 2 listings, okay? Because the number will definitely affect the value of the card as well, right? So you can see how there's 2 of these that are available. This one's $335, this one's $550, and this card is just so bad it's probably worth like a dime. It's like a bulk uncommon basically. But here we go, near mint foil. Let's see if it'll show it, if it'll show an actual picture of it or not, or if it's just like random thing here. Okay, so let's take a look. Thesaurus. I don't think there's a way to actually see the exact picture of it. Oh, unfortunately. Darn it. But I'll bet that part of the reason why there might be a difference in prices, even if we can't necessarily see it here with these, is that the number affects the price of it, okay? If one of these was number 1 and one of these was number 327, like, unless for some reason you have a fixation with number 327, the card number 1, the first print of the series, is going to hold more value than number 327. Okay, so same with the cool numbers like number 69 or number 111 or like 333 or 624 or something like that, or 612. You know, whatever it is that makes the number have significance. Like if there are 1,000 of them, 777, like lucky sevens, or 666 for you crazy kids out there. You know, whatever number might end up being desirable is also going to impact its value. So you could end up with number 2, which obviously might be worth half as much as the number 1 printing of these black foils as well. Just something else to bear in mind. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't actually point out the best case scenario that exists for these dark foils. Now, like I said, we're talking Magic the Gathering here, so there's a much broader market right now. But did you guys know that a serialized Magic card, foil serialized Magic card, print number 1 out of 1, went for $2 million. I think it might have even been more than that. It might have been less. Okay, over $1 million. I'll phrase it that way for sure. Check this out. The One Ring, a Magic card with only a 1 out of 1 printing, sold to none other than Post Malone. So the value was $2 million. I've heard reports that say he dropped 800,000. I've heard reports say that he spent like 1.6 million. I've also heard reports that said that he spent like 2.3 million. Like I've heard so many conflicting reports about how much he actually paid, but it's real money. $800,000. We're talking Bored Ape Yacht Club kind of money for this card right here, the One Ring, 1 out of 1 serialized Magic the Gathering card. I don't know. There we go. So, I mean, it pulled it up here on PSA cards and everything, but there it is. So these potentials exist. And as we can see on this other article that I was kind of looking up here, one does simply not buy the One Ring unless you're Post Malone. I thought that one of these comments that I saw here as I was going ahead, I was flipping through the article and reading, was very interesting. It says, these one-of-a-kind cards have turned what was already mildly unregulated gambling into full-on gambling. People are buying packs like lottery tickets, hoping to get a big score. It's preying on addiction. Now, I don't know how I necessarily feel about the full statement there about preying on addiction, but I will say, like, buddy, if there's the fact that you can go ahead and you can buy a pack of cards and potentially get like $1 million out of it, I mean, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. And props to this fellow Canadian, actually, who was the one who opened it in the Toronto region. But yeah, there we go. This was just kind of like something I wanted to talk about quickly in regards to the black foils, and kind of do a little bit of a relation here to Splinterlands and Magic the Gathering. Again, that guy looks beautiful, doesn't he? And kind of do like a bit of a comparison between Splinterlands and Magic the Gathering. Just to kind of sum up once again, we've got regular card, $3. We got foil card, $9. We got black foil 127. And then we've got, straight up, we've got those serialized cards. What is a $1 card going for, you know, $450 or something like that, right? And of course, we've got the One Ring. In the best of all case scenarios, that dark foils or black foils or onyx foils or whatever they end up getting called at the end. I like the onyx foil. Just go crazy. And we got people out there that are just like joining the game specifically because they're NFT collectors and just want to collect some black foil. You know, it's opening it up to another big audience of just pure collectors who just want whatever's like money on the market, you know. I think that Dave McCoy is actually one of those people who's a collector, if I'm not mistaken. So he would love to get his hands on some of those dark foils. I can almost guarantee it. All right, so there we go, guys. I think that I've covered what I want to talk about here when we're discussing the dark foils. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about dark foils or black foils or onyx foils, whatever they're going to be called, in the comments. And don't forget, this is probably the last video I'm making before the end of this season, which means it's your last chance to leave your in-game username for Splinterlands, as well as a comment on this video to be entered into the silent social media contest where you could win either 3, 2, or 1 pack of Chaos Legion cards. At the end of the season, we'll do the draw, your name gets entered, we'll do a duck race, it's a lot of fun. So there you go, guys. We're talking black foils with Splinterlands and comparing them a little bit to what could be with Magic the Gathering. If you liked it, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys around Pretoria. Take care, my friends. Peace.